Hello, my name is Fynn, and you are tuned in to the podcast that amplifies your new favorite music. Before we jump into it, I just want to acknowledge the land on which we record, which is the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. Now, we're here joined today by Macey, a singer-songwriter from New Zealand. Macey, how's it going?
It's good. How are you, Fynn?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You've just landed in Sydney yesterday, is that right?
Yesterday at 8 a.m.
Wow, early. How's the flight?
Early.
Early flight across the ditch, but here we are.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I spent a day walking around, seeing Sydney properly. It was cool.
Nice. And you were here last year?
Yeah, I came here to play a little show and hang out with you guys last year. It was cool.
Yeah, well, we're so happy we're back. And this time you're back to talk about your new album, which is at the time of recording, coming out very, very soon. But before we talk all about that record, I want to talk about all the tracks. But first, let's do some rapid fire questions.
Let's go.
Okay, firstly, how do you explain your sound in just 3 words?
Dramatic, moody, honest.
Nice. I wholeheartedly agree. Okay, you're on a desert island. You can only listen to 3 artists for the rest of your life. Who are you choosing?
Oh, what a question. I'm going to say based on now, I think.
Okay.
David Gray, Casey Musgraves, The War on Drugs.
Very nice. I thought that will keep you going.
That would keep me going.
On the island, yep.
How long are we on the island again?
Forever.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it'll probably last a few months at least, I think.
For sure. I mean, it's got to be music that you can live with, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I might have to break the CD player after a couple of months, though.
And then that's it.
Yeah. And then it's just the sound of my own voice. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, final rapid fire question. What is your unpopular opinion about music?
Is this a good opinion? Maybe. Okay. That being an industry plant or whatever is not really a thing, because it doesn't matter how much nepotism you have or how much backing you have. If you're not a good artist, it's not going to work.
That's a good one. I agree. I think, the whole thing of Nepo babies is a bit silly because you have to be good.
I agree. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you throw at something. We as an audience, we as human beings, it's not going to work if it's not good art.
Great unpopular opinion.
Is it a popular opinion or is it unpopular? It's just an opinion.
I think it's unpopular.
Okay, cool.
I think people will be angry, and that's the point.
Yeah, nice.
We want people in the comments being like, that's terrible.
Yeah, because people love to be like, industry plant, right? It's just like, well, how about you just enjoy the music.
Exactly. It's
Stop
all art
stressing.
at the end of the day. Awesome.
Okay,
That's great.
There you go. I did it.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about your new album.
Okay.
Once. A lot of this album was inspired when you were spending time in London on a tube and observing people. How there's that kind of that shift in your songwriting. I feel like in the past it's been very introspective and autobiographical, but this time you're kind of talking about characters. How did that shift come about?
Well, I think it's as simple as the fact that as soon as I got thrown into London to go and do this album, as soon as I got on the tube, whoa, I was like, there's so many people of so many different like styles and vibes and energies. You see more people on that tube than I would see in like a month in Auckland, So that was a lot. And the first thing that happens is because I was doing a lot of writing, like object writing, where I like pick a thing and start just like describing it in all the senses. And that's how a lot of the songs on the album came to be. Like Seaside Wishes, I saw this like old man like stand up and like tip his hat as like this other lady got off. And then I just watched that. I was like, went to the session the next morning and that was fresh in my mind. And I was just imagining like their lives, like to be that old and that's still that in love. It felt really whimsical and like not something that you really see, I guess, in this generation.
Yeah. 100%.
Everyone's breaking up. Everyone's looks maxing. Everyone's
famously.
You know what I mean? Like it's that old fashioned love thing. And like, so I think that's why a lot of the songs are a bit more character-like, because when you're thrown into a big city or situation like that, you have to come out of your head. It really forces you to like, it's less of this.
I suppose it also forces you to acknowledge that like maybe like there's a lot interesting and important things outside of yourself.
100%.
Which is hard to do.
And you notice, you find beauty in little things easier, I think. Or you find like mundane very interesting, because like for most people on that tube, they're going there Monday to Friday every day. Like it's just, for me, it's like everything's exciting.
Yeah.
Like even like the sound of the rattling, everything's just brand new. So very good for songwriting, going somewhere where you're not from.
Now, one of my favorite characters on one of my favorite songs on this record is Mona Lisa Money.
Oh, yeah.
So we kind of followed somebody who their life is defined by greed and putting themselves and their success in front of others. How does a character like that help you kind of explore a bit more of a societal critique?
Yeah, it was like, what was I thinking about? I was thinking about like, it was someone I knew, and just how like seeing their journey and where they are now from having a life or a youth like the person in the song, and how, I guess how like, even with all of that, they're still not like, that's not what's made them happy. That's not what like has left them feeling full and accomplished. I was with like these two songwriters, and then we just thought, let's just do a character study on that. And then I didn't intend for it to be like this comment, I guess, it was more of just like me trying to understand this person. But then when the song was basically done, we were like, oh, yo, like money doesn't buy happiness in a nutshell is kind of what we're trying to do there.
What I love about that song is you do kind of follow this character from like, young adulthood all the way to old age. And we in the space of 3 minutes, how long it is, you really feel that life. And I think what's really cool about that is then on Seaside Wishes, which you were just talking about. It's like the antithesis of that song.
Yeah, it's quite funny, eh?
Yeah, it's
actually,
like
because it's about two people of that generation. When you can see like the grumpy old businessman, and you can see the older person that's lived a life of joy and happiness and doesn't have any resentment or regret. There's two ways to do it. Yeah, so yeah, interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, I love that you kind of, by putting those two characters together, it's almost like, well, you're saying like, this is what we should look up to. Like we can look either way. Society tells us to be happy. We need money and success and promotion.
Oh my God, doesn't it? Yeah. Stressful. Even I get caught up in it sometimes. Yeah. So I guess that song is a warning for me as well. It's like a little reminder,
Yeah. And I love that so much on this album is about, like, I think you said one of the words to describe your sound is honest. There's so much just raw yearning on this record. Yeah. And I feel like, whether that's Clementine or Seaside Wishes or, any of them really, I feel like some of the greatest songs of all time are really defined by yearning.
Yes.
The best songs are yearners. How does tapping into just that raw yearning help you tap into your own songwriting?
I think it's the easiest thing to write about is heartbreak and like that feeling of wanting. I think that's why so many great songs are that, like Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls or Chris Isaak's Wicked Game, I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. That song, fuck me. Like all those songs are about this wonderful word we like to talk about, love, And I think, I was always like that as a kid though. I was always like a daydreamer, and I'm very romantic. Like I love romance. So those songs often come a bit easier for me. And I've had a few breakups. I've had big loves. Yeah. And I've unfortunately lost them. But it's fuel for the fire, which is great.
Yeah, it all helps write music, and
it would be nice to find someone and have a partner again. That'd be nice.
Yeah, just like in Seaside Wishes.
Yeah,
that's
grass
a dream,
is always
right?
greener though. That's what they say.
That is true. Well, what I also like on this record is you do, like you said, you talk about breakups and heartbreak, but you get some different perspectives. So I feel like on We Still Happened, there's almost this like, looking further down the line. But then the new single, which is Call It Even. Yes, thank you. It feels a lot more immediate, the immediate aftermath of a relationship. Do you find yourself when writing kind of popping yourselves in different kind of moments in the timeline?
Yeah, well, Call It Even is an older song that I just never could finish because it was immediately after a breakup, and then my dad passed away. And we only ever got to like the first verse and chorus, but we always liked it. And then I think last year I went back to Josh and was like, I'd love to finish this. And we finished the song in like, it took like half an hour.
Wow.
And that's why that song feels like that, because it was immediately after. Whereas like, I think I wrote a lot, like We Still Happened and a lot of those, like Black Dog, I wrote in England when I was with my partner at the time, we were very in love. And I think we split up, but we still love each other. It's a very amicable breakup and the best relationship I've ever had. So a lot of those songs were written at that time, like We Still Happened. Just quite like hopeful. They're a bit sad.
Yep.
But they're not so
It's not truly sad.
Yeah, they're not like everything's ended. It's just like questioning love and a bit more appreciative, those songs. But yeah, they're like a year old now. I guess. It takes a year to make the album.
All of that.
Yeah.
I think We Still Happen, what makes that just such a incredible song just to experience. It just comes like a wave over you. But because it's very easy to, I think, suppress and be like, yeah, no, like that relationship sucked. I'm so glad I'm out of it. But to be like, no, like I'm sad, but we still happened.
100%.
That's was that the philosophy going into the wider album? Just being reflective and embracing what was?
Yeah, that's like, I mean, that's why it's called Once. It's like saying, even if better to have loved than have lost at least once, like experience all these things that life can throw at you, good and bad. It's good to, at least once give it a crack.
Yeah.
We actually like wrote We Still Happen. I was thinking more on like bigger picture, even not just relationships, but just like us as a species, us as human beings, bigger picture stuff. Like even if, the world was to go, at least we, with all the bad and all the good in humanity, at least it happened.
100%.
I was going way too big idea with it, but it's funny how most people see it as like a song about a relationship. It's just interesting.
Well, it does just feel big in its notion.
Big and then also small.
Yeah. Before I kind of jump forward, also just want to note the outro and We Still Happened, like really helps kind of with that whole like, just a feeling, it's
going big and hard.
To shout it out. That little piano bit, that's
so
awesome.
Much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben in the studio just started like jamming along. So that was his genius. That I love that part. As soon as he did, I was like, stop, that's it, keep going. And then we locked it in.
It's so cool.
Thank you. I like that part too.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, I mean, let's talk about the instrumentation and production, because the whole album, it feels quite nostalgic in its sounds.
Yeah.
What were some of kind of the feelings and the vibes you were going for there?
Well, I was, like I said earlier, I was listening to a lot of David Gray. He's quite a yearny, heart on his sleeve, and I loved his instrumentation. We were listening to a lot of The Killers to get that. There's a slight Americano influence in there, but we were mostly trying to do this sort of like, I think we were listening to a lot of 2000s Britpop. So yeah, David Gray, early Coldplay, The Verve even. I was listening to a lot of that as well, Bittersweet Symphony for those big stadium feeling songs. I think that was our main influences. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Britpop.
Yeah, some good inspiration.
Real drums, real guitar.
Yeah.
Real everything as much as possible.
Well, that's the thing when you're being so vulnerable and earnest in your songwriting. Like it needs to be real and human across the board. And
yeah, we wanted it to feel like a band was playing it all, proper. So we recorded all the bones of the album with a 4-piece, so drums at the same time. So it's proper like, and then we took all of those real instruments and then obviously small studio added the extra bit slowly, and final vocals. That's it. Yeah, it was cool.
Well, you're going to be playing these songs live very soon. The day the album comes out, the Tuning Fork in Auckland. How are you going to be translating these songs live? Is it with the band, on your own?
Full band.
Full band?
Yeah. Just me, drums, bass, keys and synth, and a lead guitarist, my friend Macey.
Yeah. Awesome. And I suppose that's easier when that's how the album was made. It's probably going to feel quite true to the recording.
100%. And most of that band were the band that played on the album.
Oh,
too.
wow.
I mean, just a couple of them, couldn't be there for the shows, but yeah, so it's going to feel hopefully very, very similar. But then it's going to have a massive difference too, because, when you play live like that, there's room for, we're going to, shake things up a little bit.
This is the first headline show in, I believe, like 3 years. So now that this album's coming out, I imagine you're excited to kind of take this out and play it live, going forward, like it's a new show, right?
100%, yeah. 13 new songs to play with.
What are your thoughts about how the album Once and the narrative and the world of Once? How are you hoping to bring all those feelings and out on the stage?
This time, I mean, I've always played like live with a band, but this time we're really going to think about props on stage, like how we light it. Me and my manager have been working on a stage plot too, which I've never really looked into properly. I've sort of just, I'll go in the middle, you go, you know what I mean? But we're really putting some thought into it now, and how we'll light it. We might even, has anyone seen the front cover of that? Oh yeah, there's the front cover of the album. But a big part of it is the lamp, which is like, you know, it's signifying like, you know, hope and holding on to a bit of light in very dark times. So we're going to bring that lamp onto the stage and use it for stuff.
That's awesome.
That sounds strange, but like we're going to have it on. I'm not going to like swing it around. Well, maybe I will. I don't know.
Who knows? Anything could happen.
Maybe I'll break it over Mikey's head.
They just need to be there to see and buy tickets.
It might get crazy.
I mean, this music's cathartic. You know? Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're playing "Come Home," the best, like at the end of those songs, you're going to be swinging,
probably crying.
Yeah.
The best is that one makes me feel sad every time, but it's a special song.
It hits in the feels.
It's for that beautiful relationship I talked about. It's for her. It's like a goodbye. Yeah.
Oh,
special.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so special, I guess, to have something that is for somebody and about somebody, but then everybody else will listen to that and that will be about their person.
I hope so. Well, yeah, 100%. That's what it should be for. It's like when I listen to, any love song or any like Uni song from my favorite artists. Who do you picture? You picture the person, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's so many songs. I'm like, that person, this song is about that person.
It'd be quite odd if the audience pictured my person, actually.
That would be a bit odd.
That would be insane.
Yeah, it'd be weird. We wouldn't want that.
It'd be quite witchy of me, wouldn't it, if I managed to do that?
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
There's an orb on stage.
I'm not that powerful. Don't worry.
All right. We'll get there. Next tour, next album. All right. Well, we're nearly out of time. It's been so amazing talking about this record, but I would like to ask every guest we have on the show, I ask for 2 songs. One that is their own and one that's from another Australian or New Zealand artist to go on our Evergrowing playlist. So what are going to be your 2 editorial additions?
Because I think you should definitely add Once when it's out.
Amazing.
And if you don't want to wait till then, you should add Call It Even. It's a great song from me.
2 great songs.
And then I need my phone because that's I'm gonna mention
Thomas Cameo.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. She's opening for me, so I am gonna mention her because she's very cool. She's called Macey, and the song is called Dust Bunny.
All right, Dust Bunny by Macey and Macey.
Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah.
That's brilliant.
That's kind of cool.
There we go. Serendip.
Dust Bunny and it's Mizzy.
Brilliant. All right, well, check out both those songs on the playlist and check out Once. It is out now when you're listening to this. Sophomore album by Macey, one of my favorite albums of the year, and absolutely, actually, you know what? How should I listen to it? What's the ideal listening setup?
I keep saying this, but because someone asked me for the mood of it, but I think this is a great way to listen to it. Headphones in, a moody, overcast day. Maybe there's a little bit of rain and you've got your raincoat on. You know, when you feel cozy, but you're outside and you take a nice nature walk, and I reckon that's a great way to properly experience the whole thing.
Perfect. Well, hopefully it's like a little bit rainy on July 3rd.
Yeah, I hope it's a drizzly day.
Yeah, for you, for the album.
For everything. Yeah.
Everything, just the feel.
I love a drizzly day.
Who doesn't?
A drizzly walk.
Inside with a blanket or outside.
Or outside for a walk and then back home.
And then back inside with a hot cocoa.
And put Harry Potter on or something.
Oh, now Perfect. You're talking.
Yeah.
All right, well, July 3rd, my day's sorted. Thank you. Yeah. All right, man, thanks so much.
Oh,
really appreciate it. We just talked about how we don't like doing that. There we go.
One more. Let's make it pop.
Let's make it.
Hang on. No, it's not going to happen.
That's right. I mean, they won't know.
Hug.
Proper hug. All right. I'm sorry. There goes your phone. All right. Well, thanks so much, Macey. Once July 3rd. We'll see you soon. You've been tuned in. This has been Macey. See you next time.
Thank you.